Welcome to our countdown of the top 10 biggest consumer product failures of all time. We're diving deep into the graveyard of good intentions, where marketing mishaps and technological trip-ups sent these products spiraling into oblivion. From epic brand blunders to products so ahead of their time, they became cautionary tales. We'll uncover the whys and hows of their demise. So buckle up, hit that subscribe button, and let's get this product autopsy started. Number 10. The Fizz Asco of 85. Our first contender takes us back to 1985, when Coca-Cola decided to mess with perfection. I'm talking, of course, about New Coke. Facing heat from Pepsi, they changed the formula. The result? A sugary, syrupy concoction. Consumers were not amused. In fact, they were outraged. The backlash was so brutal that Coca-Cola brought back the original formula 3 months later. New Coke became synonymous with epic failure. Number 9. The car that drove straight into a ditch. Hold on to your hubcaps because our next contender is a classic case of over-promising and under-delivering. Behold, the Ford Edsel. A car so spectacularly unsuccessful that its name became synonymous with marketing flop. Ford poured their hearts, souls, and cash into this mid-range vehicle, aiming for luxury. But from its bizarre grille to its confusing models, the Edsel couldn't catch a break. Plagued with quality issues, it earned the nickname the Edsel Lemon. By 1960, after only 3 years, the Edsel was discontinued, leaving Ford with a huge loss. Number 8. When the future was too close for comfort. Remember that awkward phase in high school when you were trying way too hard to be cool? Yeah, that's Google Glass in a nutshell. Launched in 2013, these internet-connected spectacles were supposed to revolutionize the way we interacted with technology. But instead of ushering in a new era of sleek, futuristic communication, Google Glass just made everyone look like they wandered off the set of a bad 80s sci-fi movie. The price tag was astronomical, the functionality was limited, and the privacy concerns were rampant. Imagine someone recording your every move, but instead of discreetly pulling out their phone, they're just staring at you with a creepy, robotic gaze. Yeah, not cool, Google. By 2015, Google Glass had been quietly shelved, leaving behind a legacy of unfulfilled potential and a whole lot of memes. Number 7. Crystal Pepsi. Clear, confusing, and completely unnecessary. The early 90s were a strange time. Grunge was in, shoulder pads were out, and for some inexplicable reason, we were obsessed with all things clear. Enter Crystal Pepsi, a beverage so baffling that it's hard to believe it ever made it past the drawing board. PepsiCo, riding high on the success of their clear marketing campaign for other products, decided to apply the same logic to their flagship cola. The result, a drink that looked like water but tasted vaguely of cola, creating a sense of cognitive dissonance that not even the most skilled marketing guru could overcome. Crystal Pepsi was, to put it bluntly, a flop of epic proportions. It was discontinued in 1994, proving that some things, like cola, are better left unclarified. Number 6. Microsoft Zune, the little MP3 player that couldn't. Ah, the Microsoft Zune, a product so forgettable that it's probably already vanished from your memory banks. Launched in 2006, the Zune was Microsoft's answer to the iPod. The Zune was clunky, buggy, and its marketing campaign felt outdated. It even came in a shade of brown dubbed poop brown by the internet. Despite efforts, the Zune never stood a chance against the iPod. It was finally laid to rest in 2012, proving even tech giants can stumble. Number 5. Apple Newton, ahead of its time, behind in execution. Before the iPhone, before the iPad, there was the Newton, Apple's ambitious foray into the world of personal digital assistants. Launched in 1993, the Newton was a marvel of early 90s technology, boasting handwriting recognition, a touch screen, and enough processing power to run a simple game of Tetris. But the Newton was also bulky, expensive, and its handwriting recognition software was notoriously inaccurate, often mistaking a grocery list for a Shakespearean sonnet. Despite its flaws, the Newton was a groundbreaking device that paved the way for the smartphones and tablets we know and love today. It was discontinued in 1998, but its legacy lives on in every pocket and purse. Number 4, Colgate kitchen entrees, a recipe for disaster. Remember that time your toothpaste brand tried to sell you frozen dinners? Well, that's probably for the best. In the 1980s, Colgate, in all their minty fresh wisdom, decided to branch out from oral hygiene and into the culinary arts. The result was Colgate kitchen entrees, a line of frozen meals that were about as appetizing as they sound. Consumers, understandably, were a bit put off by the idea of eating a lasagna. Made by the same people who brought them Sparkle Crest, the product was a colossal failure, disappearing from shelves as quickly as it had arrived. It remains a cautionary tale about the importance of brand association and the dangers of straying too far from your core competency. Number 3, HP Touchpad, a touch-and-go tablet. In the annals of tech history, the HP Touchpad occupies a special place reserved for products that were dead on arrival. Launched in 2011, the Touchpad was HP's answer to the iPad, which, let's be honest, was like showing up to a rap battle with a kazoo. The Touchpad was plagued with problems from the get-go. It was overpriced, underpowered, and its app store was about as well-stocked as a Soviet-era grocery store. After a mere 49 days on the market, HP pulled the plug on the Touchpad, selling off the remaining units at fire sale prices. It was a spectacular failure that cost HP billions and served as a stark reminder of the cutthroat nature of the tech industry. Number 2, Sony Betamax, a format war casualty. The Sony Betamax, a technological marvel that lost the battle but won the hearts of videophiles everywhere. Launched in 1975, Betamax was a revolutionary home video recording system that boasted superior picture quality compared to its rival VHS. But Betamax had one fatal flaw. Its tapes could only record for an hour, while VHS tapes could record for 2 hours or more. Consumers, it turned out, cared more about recording entire movies than they did about slightly sharper images. VHS went on to dominate the home video market, while Betamax became a niche product for hardcore video enthusiasts. It was a classic case of the best technology not always winning, and it serves as a reminder that sometimes convenience trumps quality. Number 1, Segway PT, the future of transportation that never quite arrived. Remember that scene in Mall Cop where Paul Blart glides effortlessly through the mall on his trusty Segway? Yeah, that's about the extent of the Segway PT's cultural impact. Launched in 2001 to much fanfare, the Segway PT was a self-balancing electric scooter that promised to revolutionize personal transportation. But despite its futuristic design and technological prowess, the Segway PT never quite found its footing, pun intended. It was expensive, impractical for most commutes, and its safety features were, shall we say, questionable. The Segway PT became a punchline, a symbol of technological overreach and unfulfilled potential. It's still around today, but mostly as a novelty item for tourists and mall cops. And there you have it, our whirlwind tour of the top 10 biggest consumer product failures of all time. These weren't just products, they were cautionary tales, each with a valuable lesson to teach about the fickle nature of consumerism. From understanding your market to the importance of timing and execution, these flops remind us that even the biggest companies can stumble. So, the next time you're brainstorming a new product, remember these fallen comrades. They might just save you from a marketing meltdown of epic proportions. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your product-obsessed pals. Until next time, stay curious.